the little people and big people situated. Where was I watched the first half, and my daughter told me I was being a little sassy. She's like, Mom, you're being a little sassy. So I just wanted to apologize if it came across as sassy. You can take the girl out the hood, but you can never take the hood out the girl, all right? I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to sound sassy. I just come back sometimes. So yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of my hood come out, so watch out. Just kidding. So we were talking about Believe Mothers. There's a movement in our movement, Believe Mothers. So many mothers are talking about their kids being injured and killed. Not just mothers, fathers too. Injured and killed by vaccines. I don't know why it's so taboo. I don't know why the pharmaceutical companies and the government and the media do not want us, do not want us telling people that these moms are telling the truth. And there's a lot of stories that are very similar. You cannot discredit them. There are so many. Please just lurk my timeline and read through some of them. They are heartbreaking. These are real moms. I know moms that have had their kids severely injured. I know moms that have vaccinated their kids and their kids have gotten autoimmune diseases, cancer, seizures are very common. That's not normal. Seizures are not normal, and seizures do bring long-term consequences. Look at the new studies. I just posted some. I know a lot of moms that did vaccinate, and they realized that was through abortion. And I'm sure there are some moms that they haven't realized that could have been. Now, we're not saying it's always vaccines, it's all vaccines, but a lot of the time it is. Yes, other things play a role in our kids' sicknesses and issues and all the cancers and autoimmune epidemics and the diabetes, and our babies are sick. Look up the statistics. Our kids are the sickest they've ever been in this generation. We have more money and more hospitals and doctors than have ever existed before in the United States of America. Why are our kids in the USA the sickest? Why do babies die on day one more in the USA than any other country? Our vaccine schedule is out of control. When I was born in 1984, I probably got maybe 16, I want to say. The 1960s, they had like 3 or something, 1950s. Our schedule now is 74 vaccines for our kids by the time they're 18. 74, that's getting all your flu shots. Flu shots are a whole nother video. That's getting all your shots. 74, and there's 200 plus more in the system right now that they're working on trying to fast track and get out here to us. When will it stop? That is why it is so important that we keep our freedom, that we keep our exemptions. That is why I'm making this video. That is why I will be marching, educating peacefully, and some other cool stuff coming up. That is why a lot of us moms are standing up and saying we cannot be quiet. We cannot be quiet. There are moms that have lost their babies to SIDS, and we call it VIDS. Those of us that know, when it happened right after vaccines, it is not sudden, unexplained infant death syndrome. It is vaccine-induced death syndrome. That's what's going on. The vaccines have ingredients in them that are shutting down our babies' brains and hearts and bodies. Not all of them, thank God, but some of them, and some matter. Every single baby that's been hurt, every single child, every single teenager that's been hurt by the HPV shot. HPV is out of control, so you guys please need to research this before you take your 9, 11, 13, 19, 22. I think they're doing it for the older group now. You need to research it. HPV is very dangerous, so is the flu shot. We're talking the worst, the Gardasil. Dangerous. In fact, I'm sure my sister would find out her story a little bit. She got the Gardasil multiple times, and it really, really wreaked havoc on her body. She was vaccine damaged as a baby. She missed milestones, she tiptoed. She got brain damage. We can see the photo proof of her eye after vaccines, her eye relocating. The sign of brain damage, just like in stroke victims. When you look at their eye, it goes off a little bit. doctors have a fun word for it. It's called a lazy eye. It just happens to happen around school age after vaccines. There's this awesome doctor, I believe his name is Dr. Andrew Molden, and he goes in depth about the brain damage that is happening, and the eye is more are showing that eye that moves, lazy eye, cross-eyed, unsymmetrical faces. All these are warnings of vaccine damage. Our body is screaming for help, screaming for help. Kids are getting damaged left and right. You might not be able to recognize it if you haven't been educated, but if you read the inserts and you look up stuff and you read and hear the mom's stories, you're going to see it all around us. It is an epidemic. We are in a vaccine injury epidemic right now. I know the measles epidemic was the last big scare that media and pharma gave to you. Did you go get your MMR? I didn't. My kids didn't. I'm not scared of measles. I'm not scared of measles. I've got vitamins, and if you look it up, you can treat it with vitamins. We have modern medicine. We have clean, healthy diets, clean water. We're not a third world country. That's where everyone's dying. Low diets, malnourished. The common cold could kill you. Of course, measles can kill you there. Help them send money, food, clean water, not vaccines. That's a whole nother video too. It's a whole nother video. You gotta research. I'll try to go on a tangent, but the epidemic that we need to be concerned about is kids getting autism. Yeah, I said it. There's research, look it up. Autism, not all the time, but many times, is directly correlated with vaccines. Believe mothers, listen to their stories, look them up. They can explain it a whole heck of a lot better than I can. Autoimmune diseases, cancers. Childhood cancer is through the roof. This is bullcrap. Why are our babies getting cancer? No, that is not okay. Why are kids getting cancer? Is it always from vaccines? No, I'm not putting any blame on a mom that has a baby with cancer. It is not your fault that you got your kid vaccinated. It is not your fault. Okay, that was not your doing. You were told they were healthy. If it was from that, God knows, and justice is in God's hands for the pharmaceutical companies and the ones behind it. The ones that did the false science studies, and know that's behind, it's on their shoulders. It's not on your shoulders, mama. God's got you. But cancer, on every insert, on your vaccine insert, every single one has a section 13.1. They're taking them off right now, some of them, but you can still find them. Get online, look up vaccine inserts, go to 13.1 and read it. Read the section 13.1 because it says this vaccine has not been evaluated for carcinogenic, gene mutation, reproductive harm. We won't research it for that, they say. 13.1, no vaccine has ever been tested to see if it causes cancer. Why not? Why have we not figured out if vaccines cause cancer? Why have we not done a 10, 20-year long-term study and followed people that were vaccinated and people that were not vaccinated and seen the cancer numbers? Why? I wonder why. Think they're hiding something? Oh, no, Christine. Our government would not lie to us. The pharmaceutical companies, they are trustworthy. They are. No need to remind them of the tons of lawsuits where they've been proven guilty of fraud, of paying off scientists, of lying, of cheating, of stealing, of purposely putting medicines out there that hurt people. Look it up. Our pharmaceutical companies wouldn't lie to us. Would they? Our government wouldn't lie to us. Would they? I mean, come on. We're all sane, rational adults. No, I don't think the whole world is out to kill us. I don't think every doctor is out to get me. I think the doctors are phenomenal and amazing, and the nurses. They're doing what they've been taught. And they've been taught not much on vaccines. Not much. Yeah, they've been taught they're safe, effective. They've not been taught the whole ingredient list, risks, side effects. They've not been told all the downside of it. So back to my point. Sorry, I'm getting off on the tangent again. Vaccines have never been tested to see if they cause cancer, genetic mutation, because there's a lot of DNA in there, fragmented DNA, or reproductive harm. 13.1, look at every insert. Every vaccine we've gotten has not been tested that. So it means vaccines can cause cancer, They can cause genetic mutations. Oh, it's genetic. Oh, that disease, it's genetic. Genetic, 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 genetic. Really? Not a correlation, huh? No. Let's think critically. Let's research for ourselves. Let's dig deep. Let's stop entrusting other people to do the homework for us, shall we? Our kids are counting on us, and the future generations are counting on us. Look around at our health system. Look around at the health of your friends and family. Look at how sick everyone is. Look at the diseases our babies are getting. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And yes, vaccines are part of the blame. All the blame, no, but a big part. A big part. They've never been tested for that. Or reproductive harm. Reproductive issues. How many people are having a hard time getting pregnant? HPV, the Gardasil shot, is linked with some serious ovarian and women and reproductive issues. Look into it. Please, for God's sake. Look into it. That's what I'm taking time out of my day to sit here and yap and annoy some people and enlighten others and educate and inform and love on you guys until you look into it. It is something that needs to be looked into. They say it on their own insert. What more do you want? They said themselves, we haven't tested it for this. Why haven't they tested it for it? Because it causes it. Good chance. All the time? No. Some of the time? Yes. We need to know this, guys. We've got to know this. Here comes the sass. Calm down, Christine. We love Jesus. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, they are dangerous. They can cause those things. SIDS. I know that's a new mom's biggest fear. It was at my first round. Not so much this time. I have no fear. My kids are, I have no worry of them. No worry of it. My intuition, my knowledge, just everything. There's no worry because they are healthy and strong and vibrant, and their immune systems are intact, and their brains have not been poisoned. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but the fear is gone now, and I know why. I know in my heart why. Maybe it's not for your family, but it is for mine, and there's some of you that it is for yours, and that's why I'm persisting and educating and sharing this stuff. And one more thing I need to make note of, I just remembered a few things. I was talking about studies, and I was saying, why did they crap study? Why don't they do a good study? Why did they study the Hep B for 4 days? How did they get away with this? I'll tell you how they get away with this. In 1986, they passed a law that exempted the pharmaceutical companies from any liability on vaccines only. 1986. There is a law that was passed that completely protects the pharmaceutical company. So if your child gets injected and they die of SIDS, or your teenager gets paralyzed from the Gardasil shot, or grandma dies from the flu shot, if that happens, guess what? You can't sue the pharmaceutical company, the ones that made it. You can't touch them, they're untouchable. There's something called vaccine court, which they had to make, which is a hidden court in our government. You can look it up. And they will pay, the top dollar they'll pay is $250,000 for a dead child. That's the top pay that they put, that number they put on your child's life, which your child's life is precious, and there's no number that can be put on them. But at least they can prove that it was the vaccine, and they'll still not admit to it. It's sketchy, but look it up. Vaccine court in a special, really off, sketchy court. They can, it is US, Gov. They can prove that it was a vaccine, and they say it wasn't a vaccine. They give you money, and they call it quits. They tell you to keep your mouth shut. They have that, and that money that pays out, that's from the taxpayers. That's from our pockets. We pay those parents, those grieving parents, for their lost kids caused by vaccines. The pharmaceutical companies are untouchable. Again, let's use common sense here. The pharmaceutical company knows it has no liability. Anything can happen to people that are injected with their pharmaceutical-made vaccines. Are they really trying hard to keep them clean and safe? Are they really trying hard to do top of the line? What's their motivation? Why would they want the vaccines to be top quality, pure, safe, healthy, if that's even a possibility, without all the adjuvants and the toxins that are causing all these issues? Why would they want to do that? We can't sue them. We're getting them one or the other. Do you think vaccines might make us sick? And we might need to go to the doctors a lot and get more pharmaceutical products? No way. They wouldn't do that to us. Christine, you're a conspiracy theorist. They're not out to hurt us. They care about us. They care about us. They don't care about their $1 billion revenue that they get in. $1 billion, billions of dollars. Vaccines are big money, and add all their magical pills to treat those symptoms that we're all sick from because we've been vaccine damage. Just something to chew on, something to think about. Research it. Don't just listen to my jabber being sarcastic. Actually look into it, because they are not liable. They have no reason to make a safe vaccine. We can't sue them unless it's out of the goodness of their heart, unless they really want us to be healthy so we don't ever need their medicines. What great people. Pharmaceutical companies. Government. There's big money in sick people. There's big money in sick people. There's no money in healthy people. There's not very much money in dead people. But there's big money in sick people. I'm sorry that I'm getting off on a tangent, but whenever you have studied for almost a little less than a decade and you know things and you start putting things together and you start seeing everything come out of the woodworks, it makes you upset. I'm upset that you guys are getting hurt. I'm upset that kids are getting hurt. I'm upset that people are blind to it. I'm upset that other Christians are blind to it. It breaks my heart. And I ask the Lord, why aren't the Christians all seeing this? Why do I see it? But I know other amazing Christian, phenomenal people that have said some insulting things to me. Not maybe directly, but indirectly. And they're definitely pro-vaccine. Why don't they know? I know they're not less godly than me. These are awesome, godly people. I know they know you and they hear you. Why don't they see it, Lord? That was my specific question. You know what he told me? He told me it is a spiritual blindness. It is a spiritual attack. Some of my LDS friends, you guys know, some of you are non-vaxxers as well, and you're very woke, and you wonder, why does our church, they issue the, I don't know the wording, proclamation that you should vaccinate. And you guys are like, how do they not know? I feel you, LDS friends. I'm a born-again Christian, and a lot of my Christian people, they don't know. There are a lot that do, though, but there's so many that don't. And that's why I'm over here, piping up, because I pray that God can use me to open your eyes, that you would pray about it, research scripture, look into it. I'm gonna actually make a whole nother post just talking to Christians about vaccination, just to kind of enlighten you. And yes, by all means, if God has called you to vaccinate, vaccinate. I'm not here to say don't. I'm here to say be educated, know the risks, know the benefits. I know that God puts all this together. I'm not coming down on no one, but I know there's some moms that are like me, that their kids can't take it, and I'm talking to you. I want you to know that you have other options. Also, going back to school, a lot of you are like, well, my kids have to go back to school in like a week. They need those shots. They won't let them into school. Praise the Lord. We still have exemptions in Utah. Your kids can go to school without being injected with poison. They're still allowed to go and learn. They're still allowed to go. God has still ordained for us to have that freedom here, thank the Lord. And it's very easy to get an exemption. Just right on the Southern Utah Health Department page. If you need help, I can help you. It's free. You can get an exemption. You take that exemption. It says, I've chosen not to give my kid their 7th grade shots. I've chosen not to give my kid their kindergarten shots or daycare or whatever, and they cannot refuse you. You can still take them to public school and daycare. But that's something that you need to prayerfully decide, and you need to research for yourself. Don't just stop vaccinating because Christine said stop vaccinating, because I didn't say that. I never said that. I said get educated. I said pray and research. And if you feel led to, then I have a lot of resources to help you. And you need to know that that's your right. You don't have to, sorry, I keep saying poison. You don't have to inject your child in order to allow them to go to public school. We still have that freedom here. Now if you're in California or New York, I'm sorry, you guys are getting your rights stripped away left and right. It's crazy, and I'm not gonna let it come here. That's why I'm about to educate some people so you guys that know our rights and you know our freedoms. Think about this for a minute. Those of you that are saying, you're crazy, all the kids should be vaccinated to go to public school. Here comes my attitude again. Watch out, here it comes. Okay, so those of you that are saying that, let me tell you this, okay? When will it stop? Right now, our kids get 72 vaccines. You want to be mandated? You want our government to say they have the say, the government and the pharmaceutical companies, how many vaccines we get and our kids get? Do you realize how incredibly foolish and naive that is? Giving our government and the pharmaceutical companies free reign to inject us with whatever they decide? Pardon me, are you crazy? We cannot give them that kind of right over us. They do not own that right. God made these bodies. These bodies belong to us. They belong to the Lord. And show me in scripture where he says we should poison ourselves or our babies for health, because that's not happening. That's not happening. Just a minute after my door. God, it's gonna help me cool off. I was getting a little heated. Oh, my phone fell asleep. Okay, I needed to cool off anyways. Guys, we can't give our government that right. We cannot give them the right to tell us, oh, no, there's a measles outbreak. Measles? Measles. Let's talk about measles for a minute. Benign rash and fever. No one has died from the measles. No one has died from the measles during the measles outbreak. Yes, in third world countries, when they drop these numbers, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have died from the measles across the world. Across the world, or in these third world countries where these babies are already malnourished and poisoned as it is and have no immune system or gut. But yeah, the measles could kill them, God forbid, but so could a common cold, right? But yet we fall for the rhetoric and we watch the news and hear the stories and, we're all scared of measles. My mom had measles. Yes, I know some complications arose. I know some of your grandparents, something happened, and I'm sorry. Complications arise from things. Complications arise from vaccines too, so let's give each other due respect, okay? But measles is not something that we should be freaking out, fearing giving up our rights for. It's a rash and a fever, and it is easily treatable. Just like chicken pox. I had chicken pox. It's treatable. My sister had chicken pox twice. I have to work straight again. She got chicken pox twice. She got vaccinated for chicken pox, and she got chicken pox twice. The poor baby was way vaccine damaged. And she, you know what? Side note too. The more that we research, she really thinks that she has struggled with addiction. My sister never not. She really thinks that mental illness and addiction has a lot to do with her vaccine damage, and I agree completely, especially when you look at the research behind it. That's another side note. Because we are in a mental illness epidemic, depression and anxiety like crazy. Brain issues. Why is everyone's brains malfunctioning? What has been injected into everyone's brains? Why are there so many? Why are the numbers so high? Yes, it has to do with our food, water, air, everything's, not superior purity as it should be, but it has a lot to do with vaccines too. So why would we give our government the right to mandate, to force injections on our children? Why would we do that? Do you really trust your government and the pharmaceutical companies that much to put your full faith in them to mandate injecting pharmaceutical medicine into your children's bodies and into your bodies? Because it doesn't stop at our kids. There's a huge adult vaccinate program rolling out. Look it up. I have some links. They're coming after the kids hardcore, but guess what? They're coming after us next. Are you ready to get injected? So how many of you guys have gotten your flu shot and then been so sick after that and said, I'll never get a flu shot again? Right? I know so many of you that have said that to me. I've heard so many people talk about it. Some of you love the flu shot. Go for it. Go crazy. I don't want none of that. I might as well talk about the flu shot for a minute. Super high levels of aluminum. 50,000 mcgs of aluminum in the flu shot. Do you know what they find in the brains of dementia and Alzheimer's patients in high amounts? They find aluminum in their brains, guys. High amounts of aluminum. How would large amounts of aluminum get into a brain? What do our senior citizens get regularly like clockwork? What do they give them in the rehabilitation homes? What do they press on my grandma over and over again? And my great aunt up in their 80s and 90s. And even they are like, oh, we don't get it anymore. My grandma's passed away. My aunt, she knows that it made her feel sick. It made her sick. Shots. You want them to mandate? No. Whether you're pro-vax or non-vax or delayed vax or full-on anti-vax or you know, in the medical care system and you love vaccinating people, whatever page you're on, you need to be aware that we have to keep that freedom, don't we? We have to keep that freedom where we make the choice of what's injected, not the government. Parents get to decide about their children, right? Parental rights. God gave us our children. God did not give government our children. God did not give pharmaceutical companies our children. God gave mother and father, parents, guardians. We have the rights to choose. So let's keep that right. Let's keep that right. And we're not going to fight for that right if we have no clue, if we're completely uneducated and we don't know. None of us are going to want to fight for that right. I know these things. That's what I'm passionate and I'm ready to fight for the rights. And if you want to join me, if you want to fight for our rights, you don't have to be non-vaxxer, you don't have to be anti-vax, you don't have to be pro-vax, or you might even not have kids. But if you're like, yeah, Christine, you're right. We need to stand up for our rights. We need to make our own decisions of medical. If we want to vaccinate or not, that's our freedom. We want to choose. I want to learn more. If you want to get educated on that, or if you just want to know more about vaccinations in general, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I can help you in any way possible. We are going to have a meeting at Fusion Pharmacy. I'll have to get the dates too. We're going to have a big meeting with a doctor heading it up. Yes, there are doctors that are against vaccines. There's quite a few of amazing doctors that know that vaccines are dangerous. Oh, I'm so sorry. That money isn't their bottom line. They're not in it all for the dollar, and they're here to educate and to admit that, yeah, they are dangerous for some people. So there's going to be a doctor speaking, and the meeting's called Vaccines, Are They Right for Your Family? It's going to be very neutral. We're not going to be crazy anti-vaxxers trying to convert you to anti-vaccinism. It's going to be very educational, eye-opening meeting, and we're going to learn some stuff, and we're going to also organize some stuff just to preserve our freedoms. Peaceful, educational plans, nothing too wacky, so don't be afraid. But if you want to check it out, message me and I'll give you the details. There's also going to be a big event in Washington, D.C., a big event called the VIE event, and it's a vaccine injury epidemic event. It's an event to draw awareness to the vaccine injury epidemic, because a lot of people are ignoring it and brushing it under the rug, and there's thousands of moms that kids have been devastated and killed by vaccines, and their stories deserve to be told. And they are people, and they're important, and they're not crazy, and they're not lying, and you guys need to hear their stories. I need to hear those stories. We all do. We need to have love and acceptance in our heart, just like we do for every other minority, whatever you want to label the discrimination against non-vaxxers as. We need to have love and respect, and we need to build a compassion for them. So there's this huge event in Washington, D.C. That I'm privileged, Caesar and I are going to be part of, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff coming up. So message me if you want to know more, if you want to get educated. I've got some great stuff. I've got some great resources. What? You're not just Dr. Google, Christine? You don't just research on Google. I don't even use Google, FYI. I don't like Google, so. Yes, I research online like every other intelligent individual, and I research at the library, and I read. Sorry, okay, so here are some resources that I have available for you if you want to borrow anything. This is Dissolving Illusions by Suzanne Humphries, The Forgotten History. Diseases, Vaccines, and the Forgotten History. It's a phenomenal book. This thing is solid and loaded with resources. A lot of you might be saying, Christine, diseases are on the decline because of vaccines. What are you doing? You're going to bring back polio, girl. If you're one of those people, will you please read this? And then we can talk about it. Will you please read this? Because it has the graphs, it has solid facts, and you might be surprised at what you learn. Let's all be open-minded, especially us that are believers, that are born-again believers. We know that we have to search scripture and we have to study, right? We know how important that is. I don't think it just stops in our faith. I think it also carries over to our health too. So let's read. This is a phenomenal book. I also have Miller's review of critical vaccine studies, 400 important scientific papers. If you love reading medical studies, I do. These are rad. This is a treasure trove. A treasure trove. Some girls develop premature ovarian insufficiency after HPV vaccination, which may affect childbearing. You might want to know that before you take your teen girl into getting her HPV shot. Let's read the study, guys. And not just, this is just chock full of all sorts of different, not just one vaccine, all sorts of vaccine studies. Awesome book. I will lend it to you. Vaccines, Autoimmunity, and the Changing Nature of Childhood Illness. I've always been fascinated, not fascinated. I've always been curious of autoimmune disease. Before I was a non-vaxxer, and I would hear of autoimmune disease, your immune system attacking itself. It boggled my mind. God created our immune system. Why would our immune system attack itself? This is so weird. God is a good creator. He created good things. Our bodies are phenomenal. Why would our immune system attack itself? This is a great read. Why would our immune system attack itself? What goes into our immune system? What foreign items go into our immune system that could irritate it or confuse it? No correlation, huh? Read the book. It's a great read. Written by an MD. Yeah, these are doctors. These are real doctors who say this. Not all doctors are vaccine pushers. Many of them are full aware of the dangers, and they are very, very smart people. They're very educated. They can break it down in a way that you can understand. So this is what I have if you want to borrow it. Vaccines, a reappraisal, written by another MD. Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. You can come hang out with me. We can go get lunch or something and just pour over them and pick one, or we can just chat. I'm here as an advocate. I'm here to help. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to minister. I'm here to pray with you. I'm here to help educate. Do I know everything? No, I don't. Heck no. I'm not saying I do, but I know a bit, and what I know I'm going to share with you. And the famous movie, Next. From Cover Up to Catastrophe, the film they don't want you to see. If this isn't spark your curiosity, I don't know what will. That's okay, baby. In 2013, biologist Dr. Brian Hooker received a call from senior scientists at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, who led the agency's 2004 study on the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine and its linked to autism. Yeah, that study that they say, the science is settled. The MMR is not linked to autism. It's already been proven. Remember that one? Head scientist Dr. William Thompson confessed that the CDC had omitted crucial data in their final report that revealed a causal relationship between the MMR vaccine and autism. What? That's what this is about. There's a whistleblower, head scientist in the CDC, that says, guess what, guys? We lied about that study. The study that everyone puts their full faith in. Vaccines don't cause autism. The science is settled. For one thing, they tested one vaccine, not all of them. They only tested one, the MMR. And Dr. William Thompson, a CDC head scientist, why would he put his life on the line? Why would he throw himself out there under the bus and admit we did something really wrong? We mess with the data. You want to watch it? I'll bring it to your house. I will deliver it to you. What, baby? If you are out of state, I will buy you one and send it to you. That is how passionate I am about this subject, guys. Y'all need to know what's going on. You need to know the truth. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. He is. And he lives in me. And I'm not going to be quiet about this. I'm not going to be quiet because God told me to not be quiet. So you can unfriend me, you can block me, or you can befriend me, and you can learn a little bit, and I can learn a little bit from you. I'm not opposed to data. If you have studies that show that they're safe, please send them to me, because I've never found them. If you're like, I am a nurse, Christine, and you are wrong, honey, send me your research. Let's go out for lunch. Let's talk. I am not your enemy. I am your friend. I want to know. I want to learn more. If there's something you know that I don't know, by all means tell me. And I'm here to share my knowledge and a little bit of wisdom from the Lord. I'm here to share that as well. So that's what this is about. That's what this video is about, and that's what my cool shirt's about. If you want a cool shirt like this awesome mom named Candace, she does, I think it's Purple Promises shop. I'll put a link. She has a little boy that was damaged by vaccines. He went into full-blown autism. And she is a brave and vibrant and amazing mom. And she is just making the best of what was given to her. And she's educating others. She's passionate, just like I am. And this is how she supports her family. She makes shirts. And I think they're rad. So I have obviously some more in my next video. But take a minute to pray. Take a minute to think for yourself, not just what you've been taught and told. Take a minute to chew on all the different things I've said. Take a minute to consider what would these moms have to gain by educating others. What do we have to gain? People hate us, call us crazy, make fun of us, insult our children. Why would we make videos and order books and offer them to you and educate you? Why? Could it be because this is really an issue? Vaccine injury is happening. Deaths from vaccines are happening. Our elderly and our teenagers and our children and our babies and our grown women too. I mean, I just saw a woman 30 years old die from the flu shot. This is an issue. I'm not trying to control your medical decisions, but I'm trying to educate you so you can make a wise decision, because I wish someone would have educated me. I wish someone would have sat me down and said, Christine, you're pregnant with your first baby. Let me tell you your options. No one did. And pregnant mother, young mother, new mother, pro-vaccine mother, delayed vaccine parent, you have options. It is not a one-size-fits-all in medicine. Look at your kids. What are they telling you? Pay close attention. Look at the pictures on your phone after your child got their vaccines. When you took a picture of them in the office all proud. Look at the pictures following that. Did they get sick? Did they have any eye movement? Did they have seizures? This could be a warning sign to stop now and don't keep going. This could be a warning sign. This video could be a warning. I don't know. God works in amazing ways. But all I'm asking you is to have an open mind and do a little more research than just the surface research, what they tell you you're allowed to look at. These are the only accepted studies. You may only look at these. No, dig deeper. Dig deeper. It's just like, you can take a religious collection. It's just like a priest or a pastor saying, you may only read this book, don't read the rest of the Bible. We'd be like, what? We're reading the whole thing. We're getting deep. Get deep. Dig deep. Look for truth. The Bible says, knock and the door will be answered. Seek and you will find. Ask and it will be given. Have you been asking God what's going on with your health? Have you been asking God why a certain thing's been going on? Pray and ask, is it the medicines that we're injecting? Is it the medicines we're taking, Lord? Do you want us to do something different? Pray about it. Let Him guide you. Let Him lead you. And I'm just here as an advocate and a helper. If I can point in the right direction, if you need a certain study or you have a certain question, message me. I love you guys. I love my kids. I love your guys' kids. I'm not putting anyone at risk. None of my children or myself carry any diseases. If we did carry diseases, we would heal them. We would get proper treatment and get better. We wouldn't come out in the community and infect anyone. Instead, what you see are vibrant, healthy, extremely intelligent, immune, intact people. That's what you get whenever you're not poisoned. So please don't be afraid. Be encouraged, be enlightened, but be sharpened. And I'm here for you if you have any questions. If I came across brash or attitude or sassy, I'm sorry. Sometimes that part of me comes out when I get passionate. I love all my friends, my pro-vax friends, anti-vax, non-vax, delayed vax, whatever. I have complete love and no judgment for you. I just want you to know that it's a possibility. I just want you to know it's a possibility, so that if, God forbid, if something happens that you're able to pinpoint it, oh yeah, it's from that, I better not do that one again. Maybe there's an ingredient in it that they're allergic to or something. No one ever told me that. No one ever said that was an option. So I just want you to be more prepared and ready whenever you face that decision if it comes. And really think about long-term health. You really have to look at our long-term health and really think about detox protocols. If you're like me and you have already vaccinated your children, you're like, oh, how do I undo the damage? God has created us phenomenal immune systems that can be healed and rejuvenated, and we can treat some of the toxins and damage we can undo it. Detox protocols, and just healthy eating and living, and just a change of lifestyle. So I encourage you to look into that too. But I know I've been talking for way longer than I should have. I pray and hope this was a blessing to someone. I pray and hope some of you see my heart in the matter and ignore my attitude when it got attitudey. And I pray and hope that I've spurred some of you on to do your own research, to dig deep. Don't just look at what you're allowed to look at, but actually dig deep and look for the truth and look for the facts. And talk to other parents. You might be really surprised when you talk to other moms and dads that have traveled this road and find out that the vaccine injury epidemic is raging and it's real, and we don't want it to touch your kid. So that's why we're here. So God bless you. Have a blessed evening, a blessed morning, a blessed day whenever you're watching this. And you better unfriend me now if you don't like me, because I'm going to be posting more videos. So, love you. Bye.